best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Thanksgiving Day bets. It is always a great occasion to be here with you. We always slam it on Thanksgiving, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the support. It is an absolute honor and a privilege to chase this money with you guys, and it seems like year after year, we stack it higher, and we get more money. It is a privilege, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's get this money. First game, we're going to Detroit. We got the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. Lions minus 7.5. I got the Lions to win in the cover. And listen, Lions need to be a teaser leg this week. I'm not betting this, though, because I don't like this hook. And I didn't like what I saw out of the Lions last week against the Bears. Now, let's be realistic. I do think the Lions bounce back. I do think Goff plays a better game. You know what you get out of the Bears and Eberflus. Lots of cover, too, and statistically, that's where Goff is at his worst. But I think Goff bounced back against a Joe Barry defense that just isn't good. Like, they're good on paper, they're good on Madden, but when you get in the gridiron, there's just leaving a lot to be had, man. And I think the Lions will be able to smash mouth run the ball on them. And I like the Montgomery player props. I think the Lions have a field day. And we know this Lions offense is in full symbiosis, full juggernaut mode when they're able to run it, play action over the top to St. Brown or Jameson Williams. I think we see the Lions in a bounce back performance this week. On the other side of the football, listen, credit to what Jordan Love did. Credit to LaFleur finally getting a win. But we pretty much bet against the Packers every single week this year, and I don't think we've made a mistake. Have we made a mistake? I think it's been a pretty good strategy, and I'm looking at this Packers team, and I'm just not seeing enough dogs on offense. Aaron Jones lips off, and this Detroit defense needs to bounce back, man. I feel like the last 3 weeks they've put in like C-, D+ efforts, and I think we see the Lions control the game, and I think we see Hutchinson get 2 or 3 sacks. I'm just not sold on this Packers O-line. Love will make plays, Love will play better, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Lions winning the cover. The over-under is 45.5. I like the under because, listen, man, anyone who's watched Packers games this year knows that it's a damn goddamn triumph for a victory parade if they can just hit 20 points. It's extremely difficult for them. I see the Lions winning like 24-14. Let's get this money. Next game! NFC East! We got the Washington No Names at the Dallas Cowboys. No Names plus 11. Money, money, money. Money. Borderline money pick. Everyone be responsible here. Commanders to cover the 11. Dallas to win. I know it is a little bit bold, and maybe it's me trying to outsmart the Bucks, outsmart the other people, outsmart the Joneses, but honestly, man, I think the Commanders can play better this game, and I still think the Commanders have enough on defense, even after the trades, to provide some resistance to the Cowboys. And listen, credit to the Cowboys, and I know on ESPN and I know on NFL Network, they're excited. They're saying the Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders. They're saying Dak should lift an MVP. I get it. But in gambling, we can't be emotional, and we have to understand that, it's okay to bully Carolina. It's okay to bully the Giants, but eventually you're going to get some fucking resistance in this league, and I think the resistance has the red uniform on this game. Now, the Commanders obviously need to run the ball, and that's one area where you need to attack this Dallas defense. If you're throwing it against Dallas 45, 50 times, Micah Parsons going to have a field day, and you might leave on a proverbial stretcher. So I think the Commanders are going to play balanced here, man. I think they're going to try to run the ball a lot. And I know the 6 turnovers for the Commanders last week was absolutely sickening. You're not going to win a game like that. But can we also just take a deep breath and say, I don't think they're going to turn the ball over 6 times again? Can we make that bet? So I think this is going to be a sloppy game. 4 o'clock start, short week, and how motivated are the Cowboys going to be for this game? Are they going to be able to put up 30 or 40 again? I don't know, man. I don't think so. I would bet the Cowboys come back down to average. Now, we know Cowboys are prosperous in these situations. They are bullies like the Bulls, like the Bills. They're the 2 biggest bullies in the league, but the Commanders can Redskins just land a little right, I feel like they can stay in this game, make this game ugly, and that's another reason why I like the under 48. If you have to bet one of the over-unders, I think under 48 is a good play. Dallas has been, now they're pushing the over-unders up in Dallas games, and I just think the Dallas will struggle in the red zone here. I think the Commanders get enough stops. I like the Commanders plus 11 with a borderline money pick. I also really like the under 48. Next game, NFC West. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. Niners -7. I got the 49ers to win in the cover. I went back and forth with this one. But I'm worried about Geno Smith's health. And I don't know how many of you guys watched that Rams-Seahawks game, but I watched it. And Seahawks should have won that easy, and then Drew Lock comes in, and then everything falls down. It was an absolute collapse. It was an absolute meltdown, whatever word you want to use to describe it. It was absolutely heinous to watch if you're a Seahawks fan. And I got so much respect for the Seahawks defense. I originally wanted to go cover, actually, Seahawks cover, 49ers win, because, listen, here's why I'm changing my pick. And I believe Geno Smith will play. And if Geno Smith plays, I trust the Seattle defense more than most defenses in this league. And I know the stats don't prove it, but the Seahawks defense is back up against the wall week in and week out, and yet they find a way to be competitive and they find a way to make plays. I think the 49ers defense is a little bit vulnerable. I mean, we did see Baker Mayfield throwing it pretty good, and he missed some wide open guys that could have made that game closer. And you have to look at this game, man. When you get Carroll, when you get Shanahan, we know how these games are. They're playoff type atmospheres. They're extremely physical. And yes, these games do get sloppy. It's not a game where you expect a ton of points. It's not a game where you expect the 49ers to get into the 30s. I think Seahawks will have some answers, but I got the 49ers to win. And I gotta say, for the over 42.5, this is the over that I don't have a great read on. I'm going over the 42.5. There isn't a lot of science, but one thing I want you guys focusing on this week. Let's go the two-team teaser. Lions -1.5, 49ers -1. That's the money pick. That's where I want your money. Tease it with the 6 points. It'll be -110. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Listen, happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving, and I appreciate you guys. Like, I don't think you guys understand how much I enjoy my interactions with you. And like I said at the beginning, it's an absolute honor and privilege to get this money with you. Let's keep continuing. It's been 4 years strong, man. And like I said, every single year we kill the books more. Let's get this money. Slam the like button. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to eat some of this fucking turkey.